What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got something a little different for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at some gameplay from earlier this week from everyone's favorite and least favorite game right now, Call of Duty Warzone. We're going to analyze and break down some of the gameplay from earlier this week of mine, which I actually set a PR for highest kills with 18 kills. I'm going to point out some tips and some mistakes that can help improve our skills and help us become better Warzone players. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, just take a quick second and click that little red button below. It doesn't take that long. It just takes a second. And you know what? While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow on Twitch too? Only if you want to. But yeah, just do it, okay? No pressure. Or anything. But alright, enough chit chat. Let's get into this gameplay and start ripping it apart. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about the first tip, and this one's kind of important. Being aware of your surroundings. This is an important one, and even though it's kind of obvious, it's something that a lot of people take for granted. You want to be not only aware of your surroundings in terms of, enemies, but also the terrain. Pick a few spots, 2 or 3 spots, land there consistently, learn the terrain so you know your way around better. It'll give you escape routes. It'll give you options when you are caught in a pinch. I feel like this is kind of obvious, but a lot of people kind of take that for granted. So pick a spot, land there a few times, learn the terrain. It's going to help you. Next, use every visual cue that you have. The streaks when people are parachuting, use that to your advantage. They're there for a reason. Gunfire, keep your eyes on the mini-map. Little things like that are going to help you in the long run. They may seem simple, but a lot of people tend to overlook these. If you see an enemy on the map, ping him. Even if you think, oh, it's going to disappear after a second. He may start pushing you and you're going to be like, well, oh crap, he's pushing me. Let me get myself in a better position. So this one's kind of important. Second is you want to use the sound. This is like probably the most important one. You want to use sound to your advantage. If you're not playing with headphones, I recommend you do. Whether you're a console player or a PC player, it doesn't matter. Use the sound to your advantage. This is a huge one because a lot of players, especially nowadays in Warzone, they love camping. So the sound is going to be a big one. It's going to help you in the long run. Now, you can see here, I kind of approached the building slowly because I know the guy is there. When I was dropping parachuting, I saw him land on the building, so I diverted because I'm sure he had already had a weapon, and I'm not going to fight somebody with a weapon with a pistol. It's just not going to happen. You got to be realistic with things too. Doesn't matter how good of a player you are, you have to be realistic with these things. I looted up. Now I'm pushing him. You saw I did run a little bit when I was in the open, but as I got closer, you saw I started kind of moving slower to see if I could hear his movements. As I got closer, I started to hear his movement, and I'm waiting for him to come out. The second I see him, simple, clean kill. He doesn't even know I'm there. I didn't alert him.
Alrighty then.
Back to the whole awareness thing. This is a perfect example right here. I see somebody shooting on the mini-map. I'm going to push them hard. Normally, I would ping that, but it was kind of close, so I figured I'd just push quickly. But I suggest pinging those areas where you see those gunshots so you don't forget where people are. It'll help you. If maybe you're getting pushed by somebody else and you see gunshots elsewhere, it'll give you a general vicinity of where people are. And you don't always remember. See, now this is where I kind of made a mistake. You don't always want to shoot right away. Make sure you're in a perfect position where you know you can get the kill. Because if you start shooting too early or too late, you're going to miss your opportunity. Okay, so this one's a tricky one. I'm getting third-partied. I saw another guy. He hits me with a grenade. I got to run in, try to plate up. I'm listening for his footsteps. I hear him get closer. I cancel the armoring. And now this is an important one. A lot of people in this situation will just crouch and sit inside the cubby.
Nice try, bro.
I wouldn't recommend doing this because it makes you an easier target. Now, if you're standing up, moving around, it's going to make you a lot harder target to hit. Unless he's got a shotgun, you have a better chance of getting the kill. So you want to take that into account. Now, obviously, some people are not the greatest with moving and shooting. So this is something you're going to have to work on little by little. Now, this is something that you probably don't hear a lot of people talk about, but when I play and I drop, most people, their only concern is getting loadout right away. Me, I don't think like that. And you'd see most of the pro players, they don't do that either. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they're going for kills in the beginning. You kind of got to think of it like this. Let's say you get the money, right? And you have enough for Lodi. You get the Lodi. Great, you're ghosted. Nobody can see you. But, I mean, if you're not finding anybody, you could have used that money for UAVs, right? When people are more vulnerable. Knowing someone's position is a huge advantage. So, like, for me, when I land, if I have a buy station nearby and I have enough money, and it's beginning of the game, I get a UAV. Wait for that first free loadout. Get UAVs. See where people are. It's a huge advantage. I think people kind of take that for granted and they just grab the loadout right away, which is fine. I mean, yeah, you got better guns, so it's gonna help you. Knowing a player's position, you have a huge advantage because you can position yourself in a way that he cannot kill you. All right, this is something that I feel like a lot of people kind of take for granted and they don't use it to the fullest. Use your tacticals. You see here, I'm in an open field, so I gotta run. I don't want to get downed. I'm using the spotter scope to see if I see anybody. It's not picking anybody up, but just from experience, I know this is a popular spot where people are sitting. So I don't hesitate. I use my dead silence just in case. Boom, guy's sitting there in the window. I just happened to see him. The silent steps right there, honestly, gave me that jump. Because if I wasn't deadied, he would have heard me and I would have been dead. So don't be afraid to use your kill streaks and tacticals beforehand. You know, don't wait until after the event. You want to do it before and kind of plan ahead a little bit. Just anticipate a little bit. It's going to give you an edge. It's going to help you. So here I decide finally I've had enough kills. I grab a UAV, grab a loadout. You know, you see right there, ping the user on the map so I know he's in that general area. He's the closest one, which I'm probably going to push once I get my loadout. Another thing I really want to talk about is loadouts. When building a loadout, you really want to build a loadout that matches your playstyle. You know, if you're a conservative player, you know, and you like to sit in buildings, make sure you pick the right perks for you. Obviously, I'm not condoning you do that. Everybody's playstyle is different, but pick the right perks for you. You know, if you're someone who's running around the map all the time, maybe you'll use double time, you know? Or if you're somebody that likes pushing buildings, maybe you'll use restock so you can have, you know, unlimited C4s, grenades, or stun grenades. Build your loadout according to your style of play and have variety. Don't just have the same loadout, you know, use the same tacticals, same perks for every loadout you use. Switch it up a little bit because you never know. You're going to be in different situations that call for different measures, but still, you still want to make sure that it matches your style of gameplay. You don't want to be too eccentric with it. You know, it's okay to step out of your comfort zone. You still want to keep it within reason. All right, so here's a perfect example where sound comes into play. I hear him running. I check my heartbeat sensor. I see him right there. I position myself to get a shot in. Easy kill. You know, I mean, he could have been ghosted. And this is a perfect example where not always running is going to help you. Now, I kind of tend to break this rule myself a lot. And it's okay to break this as long as you are really listening to what's going on around you. I always use, I believe, high boost in my settings for audio so I can hear the footsteps clear and better, and I keep my volume pretty loud so the gunshots usually make me, you know, almost deaf, but it helps in the footsteps. Here's another perfect example. I grab a UAV, pop it, someone's actually right near me, grab a self-revive real quick. I position myself, wait for him to come a little closer. As soon as I have the clear shot, take it. Easy kill. 1, 2, 3. Again, he's got a load of cash. Go ahead and probably grab another UAV just to have pop it and then grab another one to keep it in your pocket. You want to be smart about your pushes too. This is something you don't want to push where people have better positioning with you. Buildings that are really tall and high up are very hard to push. So pick a spot where you see somebody who's on the same level as you and kind of close by. Something that a lot of people actually miss is on the map, when you call a regular UAV, the little red dot, if there's an arrow pointing up or an arrow pointing down, that actually indicates if they're on a higher level than you or a lower level. And that's something that a lot of people actually don't know that is extremely helpful. If you see just a red dot, then they're about the same level as you are. If you see a red dot with the arrow above, then you know they're higher than you. Maybe they're on the top of the building. You don't know exactly how high, but they are above you. If you see the dot with the arrow pointing down, then you know they're at a lower level than you. You see here, I see someone across the field. I'm kind of recklessly running across the field. Not the smartest play on me, honestly. All right, so you see here, I see him. I don't have a clear shot, so I don't take it. I get a little closer. I'm waiting for him to come back out. I know he's around somewhere. And here's another thing. You don't want to be just standing there waiting. Try to move. Peeks out. Clean kill. Nice and easy. Bye-bye. This, again, may kind of seem like an obvious one, but if you find a vehicle and you're kind of far from the circle and you need to go in, don't be afraid to grab it, even if you don't have a trophy system. Just do your best to try to stay away from, you know, close quarter buildings, and just really be focusing on what's in front of you and around. Look for gunshots. You see gunshots, if you want to push them, that's great, that's fine, but just be aware of your surroundings. You see right here, as soon as I get out, I pop the UAV. I see somebody's on the hill. I'm going to try to position myself to get a better shot on him because I know he's there. Make sure I have a clean shot. Easy kill. I got the clean kill. Reload. You know, that's another thing. Always reload when you get the chance. You never know when those extra few bullets might come in handy. Alright, so now here's another time where the sound comes into play. I'm focused on this guy, but I hear footsteps. I see him to the left of me. I get lucky that he does not see me, and he actually just runs right by me. I reload again, so I have a full clip just in case. Aim down sights and kill him. Out of the corner of my eye, I do see someone dropping on the building. Looks like he's fresh out of the gulag since there's no buildings around. Can't really push from up high anywhere. Check the heartbeat. I see he's trapped on the veranda. So this one's kind of unlucky for him because he's got nowhere to go. Because if he jumps, I can just push him and he's got no guns. Wasn't smart on him. So here, I'm kind of just messing around with him. I'm taking my time. I know he's not going to hit all these shots. So, easy kill. You know, you got to be smart about those situations. Okay, so here you can see I'm walking up the stairs nice and slow. Not trying to make too much noise. Not trying to announce to the world that I'm here. Keep checking the heartbeat. You don't have to check it so often, but you never know when somebody might be flying in from gulag, so it's good to check it every once in a while. I would say here I check it too much, so that's something you don't want to do. Alright, so here again, I hear the footsteps. I know they're nearby. I'm not sure where. Luckily, I have the perk tracker set on this class with my Odin. Helps me locate where he just was. Boom, easy kill. Here again, we hear the footsteps. We know he's coming up the stairs. Here's the important part. Hesitation. I hear him come up. The second I hear him come through the door, even before he comes through the door, I'm already ADSing and shooting before he even moves through the door. That's what gives me the edge. Even if he has a shotgun or a submachine gun, that helps me right there. That's a big one. Do not hesitate. Listen to him. You hear him come up. You hear the footsteps getting closer. That split second is going to help you get that kill. Okay, so now we have really good positioning here. We're on the top of hotel. Circle is kind of favoring us. We have really great position. Close those doors. Use the sound to your advantage. Close the doors because you know the second someone comes up, they got to open the door to get in. So it's going to help you. I still have a UAV. I'm waiting to pop the UAV just because the circle still hasn't closed, and that gives people a lot of room to be everywhere. Wait till the circle gets a little bit closer, and then we're going to pop that UAV. Okay, so this guy here is actually playing pretty smart. He's kind of running from cover to cover. He's not just running out in the open. He's going from tree to tree. Unfortunately, I'm a good sniper, so I hit him. I see another dude here. Looks like he may be fighting. I hear the gunfire. I can't really get a good view on him, so I don't peek out too long. And here's another important one. You don't want to peek from the same spot multiple times. Keep on your feet. Keep moving. You peek from the same spot, someone's going to hit you eventually. So try to move as much as possible. See here, I'm moving over to the right. Every few seconds, I'm moving. I hear gunfire. I can see the shots. He's sitting there. And see, here's a perfect example why you move. You don't sit still. This guy's sitting still. Bye-bye. Easy kill. Always be moving. Even when you're sitting perched up and pinned, try to move. It's gonna help you, because at least if they miss a few of those shots, you'll know where they are, and it'll help you reposition yourself so you can fight. Here, I peek a guy, but once again, I don't have a clear shot. So I did hesitate a little bit, but I didn't want to take the shot and give away my position. So I said, you know what? I'll just hold off on it. I have the high ground. I have the better position. Let me push him and get closer, because I know where he is. He doesn't know where I am. I hear the gunfire running through the houses. Here, I could have been a little bit better with checking my corners, and that's something that I advise you to do. Check your left, check your right. Peeking just to make sure he's not there. Run across real quick. Find cover. I'm not too crazy about what I did here. I laid down on the ground. It kind of makes me an easy target. I don't know why I did this. I guess I was just in the moment, but peek up, see the guy, easy kill. Again, using that sound to your advantage, always. And see here, even though I am laying down, I'm still moving. I'm trying to inch closer to the circle to give myself better position. While this may not be the smartest move, I knew there was nobody to my right. I checked thoroughly, so I have the wall as cover, and I'm crawling. I'm making less noise than I would be if I was running, or even walking slowly in crouch mode. Come on. Once I'm inside the circle, I sit there for just a second and use your audio cues. Here, I'm checking my corner, staying close to the circle. I hear the footsteps. The gas mask kind of gets in my way. The animation is the worst, but I'm able to get the kill. Kind of sloppy, but get the job done. Reload, armor up if you need to. Stay in the gas. Use your gas mask. Don't be afraid to use it. I try to run out as quickly as I can to get out of the gas, because I don't want my player to start coughing, because that'll give away my position. But use the gas mask to your full advantage, especially when there's only 2 or 3 left. Don't be afraid to lose it, because you know what? You may not get another chance. Okay, so now here is where I kind of make the biggest mistake of all. I'm getting too comfortable. I have 18 kills. I have a mid-range gun. I'm standing right there. I'm sitting behind the brick. I hear his footsteps. I really should reposition myself to have a little bit more distance, because my gun is not a close range gun. And he gets me with the MP5, which is by far the best close range gun. So that's a huge mistake on my part. Know your guns too. Know what you're using. You know, if you got a mid-range gun, try to position yourself for mid-range fights. I heard him right there, and instead of trying to back off a little bit and give myself even just a few feet of space, I push right around the corner, and he's sitting right there, and he gets the kill. He gets the W. All right, YouTube, I hope you liked the video. If you like it, just give it a like below. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. I appreciate all criticism. Leave any comments or questions you have in the comment section below. If you have anything you want me to look at or have any questions, just shoot them to me, and I'll be more than willing to answer. Remember, don't forget to subscribe, the little red button right down there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.